More and more cases of COVID on the rise, and I'm here to tell you. 5.41 plus 121K, 77,147 deaths, plus 135. 75,708 plus 932, that's over like 76,000 deaths. 1320 plus 1, which is 1,321. If we get close to 100 cases, this is going to be the big deal here. 1.8 million tests have been taken. Over 700,000 positive tests have been had, and 38.9% have been tested positive. Hospitalization, people in ICU, 23,800 people are in ICU, while 137,000, almost close to 138,000. Vaccination, 68.1. At least 19.7 million people have had one dose, and 16.7 have been fully vaccinated. I mean, the DSHS posted on Twitter, new cases are skyrocketing. COVID has never spread this fast in Texas. Hospitals have been rising rapidly. And cases remain high. You know why? It's all because of this Omicron variant that I've been so focused on. I mean, the whole reason why we're doing this at the very beginning of the broadcast is basically because this variant will not stop spreading. Like, this variant will not stop spreading. It's like a fire. A big wildfire, if you will. What about our schools? Well, I just looked into it today while my latest episode was uploading. And I gotta say, we're still at stage 2. Not surprising, we're at migration. Yesterday we had 9 cases, 0. 1 for junior high, 1 for the junior high staff, 2 for independent students, 0. 2 for elementary students, 0, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. I mean, EC's junior high, intermediate, elementary, primary, you guys, and ECC, you guys are doing really good. Unlike Wednesday and Thursday, 15, and Monday, this week you had 18. That brings the total up to this month, it's like 113. Total cases, like, it's almost 200. So that's 383. For December, it's just total cases 3. I mean, this year it's 113. We got to keep doing this. We got to keep on doing what we need to do until we get vaccinated. If you're quarantined, you need to stay home. Can't go anywhere. If you need to get stuff delivered, just say contactless do it. You press that check mark. If you get to, just text your delivery, like leave it at the leave it at the front porch. However, if you're vaccinated, like once, you need to wait till your second dose. Once you're fully vaccinated, then you can't get COVID. But you have to show proof of your vaccination to your boss. If they start doing that at school, then okay. In the meantime, but there is another thing that's happening in the news. Let me find it for you guys so I can play it. So let me play this for you guys. It was a student walkout today that happened. Student walkout. Teachers call out sick over Omicron. Over this Omicron. So it's like rush hour. me play this.
We are hearing at one point now, some schools are asking parents to fill in as substitutes.
So let me play the whole thing.
Well, from coast to coast, students walking out of their classes in these 4 states protesting the return to in-person learning as the Omicron variant spreads across the country. Walkouts happening earlier this week in New York City, Los Angeles County, today in Boston and Chicago, including one at Lincoln Park High School. That's here this afternoon, those walkouts, just the latest in the nationwide debate over how schools should operate during this pandemic. Are students best served via remote or in-person learning? So correspondent Marky Martin joins us live. So Marky, we are hearing at one point now, some schools are asking parents to fill in as substitutes.
Nicole, we actually know of a few districts just here in Texas that are asking parents to come forward and become substitutes, even if they have no prior experience in doing so. And that's for the districts deciding to stay open. You know, in other parts of the country, things are seeming eerily reminiscent to spring of 2020 when kids were getting sent home, schools were shutting down, and now outrage is igniting once again across the country.
Pursuing, united, will never be defeated.
From the coasts to middle America, students, parents, and teachers say they've had enough.
How can you learn in an environment where students are missing, staff is missing, you're not really learning anything?
Nationwide, thousands staging student walkouts to voice concerns over COVID safety in the classroom and the return to remote learning. This week, the Chicago Teachers Union shutting down city streets in a car caravan after the district locked them out of online platforms that allowed them to teach remotely. Educators in Baton Rouge also demanding to go virtual.
Our staff is experiencing burnout, and our students are not getting the education they need and deserve.
Other districts have no choice. In the Oklahoma City area, schools shutting down for the remainder of the week due to staffing shortages.
Tuesday, by mid-morning, we realized we can't go all week like this.
Too many teachers out sick and too many filling gaps they're not qualified to fill.
And so you might have an English teacher covering a chemistry class, and you can maybe assign work to students, but assigning work and teaching are not the exact same thing.
Open up my toe. In Rochester, Kelly Lalonde has been teaching out of her van, a personal choice so she doesn't have to share a classroom since the district has asked teachers to be on campus.
They need to see my face and not have a mask on and not be muffled by the mask. So my laptop gets Wi-Fi, and I've been Zooming from the car.
And just south of Austin, one school district putting out this call to parents on Facebook, a substitute recruiting ad promising parents hours that fit their schedule, access to health insurance, and $150 a day.
Wow.
And Nicole, we're here at Mansfield ISD. This is just outside of Dallas, and students here just got an email this week saying for the next 5 days, they're out of the classroom. Not even remote learning. They're just out of the classroom. It's a Friday afternoon. This parking lot should not be this empty. This is affecting almost 3,000 kids just at this high school alone. Another interesting, staggering statistics, I should say, Nicole, is one neighboring district really close to where I am now says that absenteeism is up 828%
Wow.
just from late December. Nicole.
Wow, and I love that little nugget we heard there. Assigning work is not necessarily teaching. All right, Marky, thank you for that. Thank you.
We need to do something about this. If parents or myself decide to teach, that's my choice. If they ask me to go teach, I'll take a day off to go teach. I'll let my boss know, hey, they're calling me in to teach. I don't know what I should do. I'm not qualified to teach. Well, I do have a show. When you have a show, what's that going to do? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what's going to happen. So when we come back, when I come back, I'm going to tell you some tips on what you can do to protect yourself. And then I have more Give Me a Break when we return. That was a first for me when I saw students walking out during the COVID thing. People are walking out because of in-person learning, like Chicago, New York. Absenteeism may have gone up because all the staff people don't want to do this. If this happens here in Nueces County, we have to be prepared. We have to go up there, take days off, and say, I'm going to be able to teach. I'm going to fulfill that promise. If you decide to quit, it's your choice to make. But the Federation of Teachers, they can make their own decisions and say, don't go to school anymore. Like I was telling you guys for the past 2 years, for like almost 2 years, masks, social distance, hand washing, disinfect your area, get some hand sanitizer, Lysol can help. And also the mask is very important. What type of mask can you use? I recommend you use N95. If your work does not allow it, you need to let them know that Omicron is spreading fast. If your boss says take it off, just simply say, I'm not going to. The reason that is because Omicron is spreading fast, and if it spreads here, we have to be prepared. So invest in an N95 mask. I don't know if they're expensive, but I was interested in that. Social distance, 6 feet or more. 6 feet or 4. Hand washing. It's very important you wash your hands to stop the spread of germs. And disinfect your area with disinfectant wipes, paper towels, and Lysol. That's the number one thing that can help with COVID. Help stop the spread. If you're sick, stay home. If your boss tells you to quarantine, you need to quarantine for 5 days. And if you have COVID, you need to let your boss know. He'll tell you the same thing. Get yourself tested. If you're positive, let your boss know. If you're negative, you can come back. If you're riding transportation, it's the same thing. Social distance. It's the big deal. Social distance and masks. If you got your masks, then really, if you get your mask, then it'll help you out. Also, if you're under 2, no masks. If you have a medical condition to where you can't wear a mask, just let them know, and you still gotta wear a mask. And the rules are set in place by the Texas Education Agency and probably for your workplace. And now look at this. And according to the spreadsheets for this year, that's 7. That's a total right now of 113. So that means 113 students have been skipping class. I mean, that raises the absenteeism up. But if you're quarantined, I don't think it'll count. Maybe in the near future, on a future show, I might have to ask either Judge Joe Benavides or Thelma Rodriguez to come on a show so I can answer this question. Is it going to be like last year when the COVID cases were rising? A lot of people were absent. Is it going to be like this Omicron variant, this year? Let's get to it now. Let's get to a Supreme Court ruling. If you guys didn't know, a couple of days ago there was a Supreme Court ruling I think it was a couple days ago. Yeah, a couple days ago, there was a Supreme Court ruling, and the Supreme Court said they blocked the vaccine or testing mandate for workplaces. But lets medical rules stand. This is from USA Today. The Supreme Court said on Thursday, halted enforcement of one of President Joe Biden's signature efforts to combat COVID-19, ruling that his administration doesn't have the authority to impose vaccine or testing requirements on employers. That would have covered tens of millions of Americans. The unsigned option, which came days after the justice heard arguments in the emergency appeal, marked the second time the nation's highest court unwound pandemic policy of the Biden administration, again concluding that federal officials exceeded the power given them by Congress. The court blocked Biden's eviction moratorium in August, ruling this also was overreach. Issuing workplaces, was whether the Occupational Safety and Health Administration had the power to impose the requirements of 1970 law. But the court permitted a vaccine mandate on people employed at healthcare facilities that receive federal funding through Medicare that measure effects of 10 million workers. But the Labor Department officials did not immediately respond to a request for comment. I mean, the whole point of this is like, this is what the Supreme Court is doing. You can just have any policy you want. The issue is you don't mandate employees to be vaccinated because it's probably unconstitutional. Everyone has rights. If their own employee, if manager says you get a mask, we're mandated to wear a mask, that's their choice. But you go up to the Supreme Court and say this is unacceptable, blah blah blah. You look at the Supreme Court ruling. It is seven. It is this. Look at this. This is like 7 pages, 23 pages. And they put this out on the PDF document. Biden versus this was in the Supreme Court case in Missouri. This happened in Texas. We don't know what every government's going to do. But we have to follow these tips, get ourselves vaccinated, and get back doing the things you want to do. I personally want to get out of this quarantine. And go back to doing the things I love to do. We have to fight this thing. And if we don't, we're back to square one. When we come back, the weird school law about soda and about the weird soda law. You'll recognize this one from back in the early 2000s. We'll tell you about that when we come back. In the state of New Jersey, no school is allowed to have soda machines in their hallway because it's not nutritious. That was a weird law. And to prove it, I have an article and I'm going to play you guys a clip from the old show called The Principal's Office. Now, it's an old show on True TV where these kids go into the principal's office and for like a lot of things. Personally, the same thing like I talk about on my show. So basically, it's just like if you get caught, you go to the principal's office for what you did. I think I could find that clip. For you guys, it may take me a little while, but I do have a lot to say about that law. It may be stupid. You can write a letter to the congressman, but the whole reason about this is Michelle Obama written on it back when Obama was president. Okay. Probably in the near future, I'll probably play you some clips from there we go. There it is. Some clips like this. So take a look at this one.
State of New Jersey, no school is allowed to have soda machines in their hallway because it's not nutritious. I have to call on the student in my office who went into the teacher's lounge without permission and took 3 sodas out of the machine.
You wanted to see me? What did I do?
Here, you can read it.
Or this. Joe was using the soda machine in the teacher's cafeteria. When questioned by several teachers, including me, she told us that she was getting a drink for her English teacher. She proceeded to buy 3 sodas. I guess her teacher was thirsty. My teacher gets really thirsty sometimes. Like, you know when people get that stuff on the corner of their mouth, like they're like dehydrated and like white lips, and she asked for a soda, so I was just trying to be a nice person and go and get her the soda.
All right. But when did this happen? What period was this?
During period 3.
Period 3?
Yeah.
Are you crazy? It's a lunch period, so we're going to have 20 or 30 teachers walking in there. This is like having a gambling operation across the street from the police department.
I was getting it for my English teacher.
All right, do you really think I believe that your English teacher, who is a veteran teacher, one of our best teachers, would send you to buy 3 sodas?
I didn't know which one to get her. She didn't specify, so I got her options.
I don't believe this at all. So, guess who I have to talk to next?
My English teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you don't have to do that.
Sorry. Tell me the truth right now.
I was in the mood for a soda. I wasn't settling for a Yoo-Hoo or a Snapple.
So water won't do, huh?
I was in the mood for soda.
So I don't have to ask the English teacher what the heck she's doing.
No, you don't have to.
I see. There's a reason why you guys can't have soda, okay? In the state of New Jersey, you can't have nutritional stuff in machines. It's a legal matter. There's a reason why the soda is in a locked faculty room.
Who's open? I don't think it's fair that teachers get caffeine all day, and we don't. That's why we're falling asleep in class. I just want soda.
Oh. It's a state law. To end this, you've been extended Saturday detention.
It's over soda, Mr. Tate.
Well, I hope the soda was good. All right, back to class.
I'm not happy with my punishment at all. It's just soda. That's all it is. It's dumb soda. When I get home, I'm going to write a letter to my congressman because this is stupid. The whole thing is stupid. It's soda.
Any teacher still should stay out of the faculty lounge and get something out of one of the student machines that is healthy for her.
That was a weird law. And believe it or not, this was before Michelle Obama. I mean, this was by September 2006, and by September 2007, the policy was to match the model school nutrition policy as written in the amended nutrition rule. This was the active governor, Richard J. Cody, said the state school district would be required to adopt a comprehensive statewide policy banning the sugary products. The policy, instituted through administrative law, will cover food items sold in vending machines, cafeteria and la carte lines, snack bars, school stores, fundraisers, and the Reusable Active School Snack Program. This was during the start of the 2007 program. And still, the law still exists. The bill was in the hands of Governor Jody Rill, who experienced reservations about the measure and planned to read it. But last month, the Connecticut moved a step closer to the ban sale of junk food. I mean, they still had to follow that. They had to follow that law also. The state Senate passed a school nutrition bill by a vote of 23-11 that would ban vending machines, cafeterias and school stores selling most snacks in all public schools and soda elementary schools because of obesity. That was the main reason why the soda machines were banned. It was all because of one thing: obesity. Under the policy, sodas and items listed to sugar is the first ingredient in candy, as well as items like schools will also be required to reduce the purchases of products containing trans fats, all snack beverages. I mean, look at that. All this shit, all this stuff right here was before. All this here was before Michelle Obama. This was when George Bush was still president. And I'll tell you my opinion about this in a moment. So really, it's like this. I mean, if you're sleepy, I mean, you get yourself some caffeine. But if you want to bring a drink to school, just like bring a soda to school, and then you want to be in trouble. I mean, this person's clip right here went to the teacher's lounge, got the soda without the consent of a teacher. The teacher's lounge is called teacher's lounge for a reason. The teacher's lounge, vending machines, all that kind of stuff. There's no way a student would walk into the teacher's lounge without the proper permission of the teacher. Hence the term teacher's lounge. So basically, it's a stupid law. I mean, if Obama was president back in 2006, Michelle Obama would have been supportive of that law. Walked down to New Jersey and just shook the governor's hand and said this and that and the other. That's what I think needs to happen to me. If you want to shut down this law, it's your choice. But banning soda machines, I think the kids are sleeping. I mean, banning soda machines is a great idea. Maybe you guys think it's not a good idea, but if you guys want to bring snacks and soda, just bring your own from home. When you ask you to throw it away, throw it away. Don't be defensive about this. Now, in the near future, I will send you clips from the old show principal's office, like grinding at the school dance, some stinks, out the cell, battle locker room, which we're going to focus, which tomorrow, which will be today, we are going to focus more on vandalism in our schools ever since COVID. And then we're also going to focus on schools searching their stuff. I mean, we talked about this during Supreme Court when we did our school rights thing. So we're going to have that for you on Saturday. That's all this dish. You Give Me a Break Friday going to Saturday. We'll see you again for Give Me a Break Saturday. And follow us here at YouTube. Take care of yourself and each other. Good night.